Hello everyone, and welcome to Loresworn Live. We're playing Hearts of Iron 4 as Communist Brazil and attempting to create the greater South American workers' paradise. It is commie time. Penguin Todd is asking in the chat. It is indeed. I'm wondering if you're a penguin named Todd or if you're from Germany, in which case Todd means death, and so your name is actually Penguin Death, which would be pretty cool. My real name is actually Todd too. Fun trivia for you. And that's I've always gone by TJ, but I went by my legal name in German class just because I like the idea of people having to call me Death. So everyone I took German with in college knows me as Todd. Yeah, and so I'm TJ Hafer, and Brianna is sitting in / moderating chat with me today.
I will also be sewing as well simultaneously, so
yes.
You may hear some sewing going on.
And DM might drop in at some point here as well. He's still doing his lawyer studying, so he might have some time to drop in. But if you did not catch the last part of this stream, we are playing as Brazil in Hearts of Iron 4. We have switched over to a communist government, and we just finished conquering Argentina from the despicable neutrals. And
it's pronounced Argentina in Spanish class.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I won't even attempt it. I really won't. So the Nazi war criminals will have nowhere to flee to after the war, which they're actually doing okay. They took a lot longer to conquer France than they did historically, and are currently having some issues with the Danes, who have taken Hamburg. War has not broken out with the Soviet Union yet, and they pretty much are doing as well in Europe as they did historically, at this point anyway. And Italy has actually started to win in Africa. They were getting pushed back quite a bit for a while there, but it looks like they've, with the help of Germany, have started to push back the Allies in Africa. They've secured the North African coast there with Vicky France. I actually don't know. I think it's Vicky, but I'm not positive how to pronounce that. So we need to go ahead and pick who our next target is going to be. Paraguay is, of course, in our faction, and they're on our side. Uruguay, they're democratic, and they don't really have many resources. But we might just knock them out to have nicer borders. Do it EU4 style. Bolivia is probably the next big target we're going to go after. They have a lot of tungsten and a little bit of steel, and they're neutral, so I doubt it's really going to piss off the democratic countries all that much. The only problem is there's really no good way to invade Bolivia, is what I'm saying. We've got, desert and mountains and a river on this side, and this over here is all jungle. We'd have to cross a few rivers, and then their capital is actually way up in the mountains here. La Paz. So it's not going to be an easy target. Neither would Chile, though, honestly, because they're all mountainous as well. So I guess probably our best bet is going to be to invade Bolivia from the Amazonian side, and then maybe station some troops here to at least hold this line. If not, maybe push up a little bit. Maybe we can capture this valley here.
And hello, Corn Dog 1995.
Corn Dog 1995.
They're having issues with the Danes.
Oh, yep. How to tell something has gone horribly wrong in Germany. They're having issues with the Danes. I actually played as Denmark, and managed to capture Berlin in 1941. So I think, believe it or not, Paradox might have made the Danes overpowered in this game. Usually they like to make fun of the Danes and make them underpowered. But yeah, so we have our main army here. I'm gonna actually switch them out for this jungle rat general.
Sorry, I pronounced your name wrong. It's Connor. I can't see from here, so.
Connor DG.
Yeah,
oh, okay, not Corn Dog.
And that might be my dyslexia as well, kicking in.
Yeah. We're also not going to invite We're not going to invite Paraguay to the war again because we don't want to have to give them land. Is this army trained? No. This army is trained, though. So we'll give them to our forest ranger dude here. Ranger Danger. General Ranger Danger, as is. He was a very famous historical Brazilian general. General Ranger Danger. Yeah, we're just going to assign them to that front right there. And we may or may not actually use them for anything. Our training division is, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more divisions ready to go pretty soon. I guess I should probably start justifying a war goal. Hey, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz!
That's the area in California that we hung out a lot in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go for justifying a war goal on the capital region. It's going to take us 125 days. Since we are communist and not fascist, we don't get the as good of a bump to war justification as they do. Let's see, we're up ahead of time on industry, ahead of time on all this
Connor's
stuff.
asking, are you going to do more with Hearts of Iron 4 after this one, or
We'll,
is it done, or...
we'll probably keep doing Hearts of Iron 4
Yeah.
for the rest of the year at least.
It's a fun game.
That would be my plan anyway, so... Almost finished with doctrines. Tanks are something we're going to need fairly soon. We're still ahead of time on special forces and on infantry. Actually, we really need to start researching mountain divisions. How many of those plus 50% do we have? Because I don't want to waste them all. I want some left for Marines too.
This game seems so much easier to play than like EU4.
Let's see. We only have one research bonus for special forces, so we'll hold off on getting Marines because I would rather spend that on Marines too. Yeah, there are ways it's easier than EU4. I'd say EU4 is probably still easier overall.
Really?
Yeah. Let's start working on our Air Force. We need some good fighters and some good CAS. Luis Carlos Preste is angered by Bolivian posturing. Look at them posturing. Look at that terrible posture. They're just all slouched against Peru there. Like if you think like that's like his nose, and then he's got like a big gut. He's just kind of leaning against Peru.
Sitting on Paraguay.
Yeah, it's just... It also kind of looks like he's eating Paraguay. Like if he's some kind of like fish monster. Yeah. Let's see, these guys somehow lost some experience, so I'm going to have them train up a little bit. Yugoslavia! Germany's declared war on Yugoslavia. Okay, they're done. And I'm going to drop some battle plans for them.
I'm going to go turn the air conditioning up higher.
Okay, cool. And, okay, so... We're probably going to draw multiple battle plans here. Make sure everyone's in position. Yes. Okay, so these guys literally just want you to march across the river here. And obviously want the center of gravity to be in the province where they are actually stationed. Well... Hopefully that'll work. Battle planner's being a little wonky on me again, but yeah, I think that'll work. These guys are going to have to enact a crossing.
We have a suggestion to take Uruguay because the U.S. guaranteed independence to you.
Yeah, I could take it, but honestly, I might just stage a coup there and invite them to my faction because they have... Oh, they have 24 factory slots. That's pretty decent. Yeah, maybe we will go after them. Because I was looking at their resources. They have 2 oil and 2 steel, and I was like, but 24 factory slots. That's worth it, I think.
Has someone done the stream as Poland yet? We have a suggestion for that too.
I am sure there have been Poland streams. I have played as Poland. I have not actually... I have not streamed as Poland. Let's see. So really, let's take these guys. And let's have them capture this. Because if they can capture this, we can basically let these troops from the marshy area across the river. And that'll be extremely helpful. All these other areas are river crossings. So I'm actually not going to assign the rest of these troops to any battle plans. I'm just going to keep them on the front line, ticking up planning bonus, and we'll kind of micro them as needed to try to take... It's going to be a tough country to take in terms of casualties.
Penguin Todd says, delaying the conquest of Cisplantia is frankly shameful.
Where is Cisplantia? I don't actually know. Is that another name for Uruguay, or?
We will find out.
Okay. Oh, and the U.S. has joined the Allies. Japan declared war on the U.S. Almost exactly right on schedule, actually. In real life, it was December 7th, 1941, and it's like December 13th, 1941, so...
Oh, isn't that fancy?
Yeah, Pearl Harbor happened within a week of when it actually happened historically. Yeah.
Brazil owned Uruguay briefly. That was a name for it when it was a Brazilian province.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
That's interesting.
South American history is actually an area where my history knowledge is not as strong, so I do appreciate you guys sharing that stuff with us. Let's get the next level of close air support. And then, by then, all the 1942 technologies will no longer be ahead of time, and we can start plugging away at those. We're also going to free up the shock and awe slot. The other thing I was thinking about doing, actually, between this stream and the last, is... so to get the technology sharing, I have to be at war, and I have to have a country in my faction that has 50 factories. So I was thinking about maybe just feeding Bolivia to Paraguay so that they can get 50 factories, but it doesn't look like... Yeah, 10 slots, 7 slots, 7 slots, that wouldn't quite get them there. If I gave them Peru, that would probably get them there. Yeah, but then again, I'm not really sure if the extra research slot is going to be worth losing out on all that production. So... I might find some way to cheese it and get that extra research slot at some point, but for now I'm fairly happy with 4.
Eventually U.S. take the... Okay, I was going to say Australia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could probably aim for that, actually. Because they're in the Commonwealth, and we're going to end up at war with Great Britain when we finally decide to conquer the Guyanas. Alright, Bolivian workers, your liberation is near. We've abandoned all attempts at diplomatic rhetoric.
Do you guys have any minor nations you think Paradox should have unique national focus trees for?
I would definitely like to see national focus trees for countries like Brazil, actually, like the bigger countries that weren't historically involved. Definitely, I mean, Brianna and I both want to see focuses for the Nordic countries.
Yes, I'm surprised I don't have one for Sweden.
Yeah, Hungary, yeah, all the Balkan nations, really, Turkey, Middle East, and China, for sure, needs some unique focuses. I would actually love to see separate focuses for China and People's Republic of China. British Raj, and then the Commonwealth nations. I love playing the Commonwealth nations, actually, and just sending volunteers and having like 12 divisions on the battlefield, but they're the most badass divisions in the entire war. That's a lot of fun always. Okay, so those guys are set to go. Those guys are set to go. And those guys are set to go. How much longer do we have on our war justification? 15th of March, 1942. So we've got a couple months to go. Assuming we don't get an event that speeds it up. Yugoslavia is holding out. I don't think they've lost a single province. They're just kind of holding the river here. I'm actually kind of surprised Italy hasn't just swung in, because Italy can easily surround this Slavic named city that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Let's see. Strategic bombers and tactical bombers. No, I'd much rather have better fighters for a nation this size.
Question if Luxembourg is alive.
Oh yeah, Luxembourg finally capitulated. They held out longer than the Netherlands and Belgium, but they did finally capitulate. Oh wow, we have a dire steel shortage. I should have checked on that pop-up. And an aluminum shortage.
So apparently Sweden does start with a unique national idea.
They do, but they don't have national focuses. Am I trading for tungsten? Because I don't need to be. Let's see. Trade screen. That's what I'm looking for. I am trading for tungsten. I don't need to be trading for tungsten anymore. I do need steel and aluminum, however.
And yeah, Finland would be a unique country for a tree.
Yeah.
I really want to learn Finnish, actually. After I finish learning Norwegian, that's my next language.
Tolkien's Elven language was based on...
it just sounds so fun. And there's
Finnish,
many letters.
Let's see, Italy, Greece. I'm trying to figure out... I guess I could import from the United States. We're at peace right now.
Welcome, Copperhead, by the way.
And construction-wise, we're still building civilian factories. We need to be building more military factories, though. Start using up some of this new real estate in Argentina. And there we go. That's what I want to be doing. So no one's out of supply, right? It doesn't look like it. We should look at the supply situation in Bolivia before we invade, though. So 37. That should support all of our divisions, actually. It really helped that we built the great, the great Amazonian highway. We've just been developing the crap out of the infrastructure in the middle of the jungle.
That was smart.
Which I don't know if is actually something that's historically plausible for our nation to be doing, but you know.
You need roads.
All right, cool. We can build marine divisions now. And I'm going to immediately start researching Marines too. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So our
always remember to do research.
Yes. Our recent series of War College videos is basically all about this stuff. So I'm going to keep them to recon and engineer companies.
Well, that's really cool. Connor and Yoon Klesi? They both had soldiers in the Winter War, and Connor specifically a Finnish soldier, or a grandfather that was a soldier.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
That is,
yeah.
That is very honorable.
That's very cool. So I'm gonna make a 20 wide Marine division. Hell, maybe I should keep it at 10. Let's reset. I'll.
Oh, thank you, Copperhead.
What did you say?
He or she said, "I love your YouTube channel."
Oh,
we
thanks.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's going to really kick in gear once August hits, once DM's bar test is over. So right now we're running a little slow, but I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I think I am going to make a 20 wide Marine division. I mean, what else am I spending my army experience on at this point?
Thank you, Copperhead, for let me know.
And actually, I've been wanting to try this experiment for a while. I'll wait until the war with Bolivia is over. But I'm going to try to basically run an army that's more or less all Marines. Just to see how that works out. Because the only disadvantage they take versus regular infantry is hit points, I think. So it'd be definitely nice. I'll probably mix in some Mountaineers too, but I want to try to do a Marine-focused army.